what's up, you guys? This is going to be opening 032. The 32nd opening that I'm going to be sharing with you today is the dragon opening. So, probably one of the cooler named openings for sure, and probably one of the relatively shorter sequence I like to share in terms of an opening. So let's start off with the sequence. So it starts off with f5 and the usual d6 perpendicular, and then c3, and then over here, instead of going to d3, which is basically the second move for white, you actually adopt to go for f4 instead. So c3 is actually pretty common among players to play the tiger variation or leading up to Rosebill. So dragon would then actually start off with white playing f4 in response to c3. So that's basically the start of the dragon opening. So the benefits of this opening is actually a very early variation actually, for white to basically just bring the game into an entirely different main branch of the opening. So another benefit is that there is a very high chance for an early advantage if your opponent doesn't really know the opening that well, because it's something that is changing up the opening as early as the second move. And of course, the advantage is that the mid game is also very tempo focused. So if you're really good at doing controlling tempo, then this is probably a good opening for you. And of course, on the flip side, you would then have giving up to this an early disadvantage right at the start. And there are many variations to actually prepare for because right after white plays f4, black essentially has three viable options to actually choose to variate to. Of course, f6 being the best move is generally the most popular one, but of course, if your opponent does play e6 or f3, you definitely need to know the variations there as well. So, yeah, on giving a surprise opening at the start on the and the trade-off is definitely your opponent being able to select among the three main responses to actually try to surprise you back, perhaps. And of course, there is a potential tendency to over rely on book memory if you want to play this opening. So definitely, if you really want to play this and surprise, by and large, the general users of the Tiger to Rosebill opening players playing black, I would recommend this opening for you, as long as you're an advanced player and above and playing white, perhaps. So yeah, and of course, if you do face the dragon opening, on the flip side, you would probably want to consider preparing a little bit more for the e6 or the f3 responses, which are the less expected responses by the person who is preparing this opening. I believe for a player playing white who plays dragon is definitely well prepared for the f6 response.